Alright, well, hey there, everybody. This is Joe Wednesday Part 2. So, I kind of wanted to keep this stuff separate from the other stuff I was talking about in my previous video, because we were doing kind of like a, hey, we made it a year, let's talk about it. And I did want to do that, but I guess like this past weekend was kind of a trial, and I kind of wanted to gripe about it a little bit, I guess. But I didn't want that to mix in with the other stuff I was talking about, so I'm doing it separately. Oh goodness, I don't know. Like, so I don't normally complain about capitalism or anything, but there's definitely aspects of it that are crooked and lame, and I don't like them at all. And they were definitely kind of nipping me in the butt this weekend, and I was not a happy camper about it. So where to begin? I guess to start, Ashley got a flat tire on Friday. She managed to drive over a screw in some parking lot. She did make it home okay and all that stuff, but she was getting alert signs from her car about low pressure, and then it was really flattening out on her quick. And when she called the dealership, because we have a warranty with them, pretty much covered bumper to bumper, we went there, or we called them to see if they would fix it, and they couldn't fit her in that day or over the weekend, which sucked because that Saturday we were going to Kings Island, and her car is the only car that has working AC right now. So to go all the way to Kings Island and spend the day there, and then to get back into a hot car with no AC capabilities, it's kind of not something I wanted to do to either of my ladies. So kind of left us in kind of a tough predicament. So I'll stick with the flat tire first, because that was its own thing, and then I'll move over to Kings Island because that was another thing. So the flat tire issue was very frustrating because, like, I don't know, like, there's a lot of times where I just don't feel like I'm qualified to be an adult. I don't know if you guys feel the same way anytime, but certainly when circumstances like that arise and I don't have the mechanical know-how of how to fix something, is a problem with a car, and I don't actually necessarily have the know-how of how to, like, the logistics of getting it fixed. I don't know really how to do either, because I've never had to deal with it. So like trying to figure out, okay, who can we call to get this fixed? Okay, now, and it was obnoxious because, like, the dealership, like, said they couldn't get us in Friday or over the weekend, and they could get us in Monday. So it's like, okay, so, and I don't know why they didn't just schedule it then and there, like, okay, we'll do it Monday. But when we called them back, then they told us they were booked for the whole, like, rest of the week. And it's like, guys, it's just a tire. It's you don't have to do anything mechanical with the car or anything like that. It just needs either a tire replacement, or what I didn't know is that you could actually fix a tire, or like a flat if it's in a certain location on the tire. So it's like, it seemed like a very simple thing to fix, so why can't we just get this done? Like, why can't we just get it fit in? But they couldn't do that. And, like, so then it, it became a trial of, like, okay, let's find the warranty that we have on it. If we take it somewhere else, does that break warranty? If we do a fix ourselves, does that break warranty? All these questions. And, like, then it just you just go down the rabbit hole as you're reading these things about, like filing a claim and who you got to contact and all this kind of stuff. And like they have the right to tell you to go to a certain place if that's blah 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 blah. And it's just there's so much red tape about just getting a tire fixed. Like, that's all we need. Like, so it took all the way till Tuesday to actually, like, get it to Firestone and get it fixed. And what's also kind of frustrating is that, like, I called my dad on Monday just to see if he had any ideas and what could, like, any guidance for me, and he suggested if we had AAA, maybe AAA would be able to come and fix it. And we do have AAA, so I thought, like, oh, okay, I didn't I didn't think of using that since it wasn't like an emergency or roadside assistance, which is kind of where I had that like I had emergency call AAA for emergencies in my mind. So, but since we were home and since like it was just in our garage, it's like, okay, that doesn't seem like an emergency. But I did end up calling AAA and I asked them if they could like repair a flat, and the lady on the phone on the customer service line said that yeah, we can do it, but it's not covered in like our typical plan, so it'll just cost $25 to replace it. I'm like, okay, that's fine. If you can come out and fix it, great. So I like set that up. I was supposed to hear from somebody 2 hours later. About 3 hours later on Monday, I get a call from the actual like roadside assistance guy, and he says, oh, we can't actually repair flats, like there's liability question marks, all this kind of stuff. And I'm just like, then why did the lady even say that she could do it? Why am I getting this ring? And I don't know why I'm getting this hassle, and I've now lost a day of where I could have done something else to get it sorted out. So it's like, so I'm like, staying home, missing work, all this kind of stuff, and it's all over this dumb, stupid flat tire. That's all it is. It's nothing even mechanically wrong with it. And then so like to get it to Firestone, we would need it towed because it was too far of a distance for the tire to go, because it was losing air too fast. It was like maybe like you could inflate it in maybe like 10 minutes it would hold it, but it would lose it before we got there. So we called AAA to get it towed. And then this other lady that I was talking to was like, okay, well, like, since it's outside of a 5-mile radius, we would have to charge you per mile. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, because it was only like maybe like $4 a mile or something like that. And like the Firestone was like maybe a mile outside that radius, so whatever. But then like she kept trying to like push this like customer service plan thing on me, and it's just like, or like it was like the next step up in their membership, like, oh, if we only pay for $28 for the rest of the year, you can blah blah cover this and that. And it's just like why are you trying to sell this to me? Like this is not what I need or want right now. I just need to get this stupid tire fixed. Stop trying to sell me on something that I don't want or need. Like, just cut it out. Like, and this is the first time I've even had to use my AAA service at all in the years that I've had it since I moved to Dayton. So it's like, I don't, like what you're trying to sell me, I don't need. So why are you even bringing it up? Like, I have enough to freaking think about right now. So, anyway, so in the end, so that got sorted out and taken care of. But there's so many annoying roadblocks in like just getting a service. Like, could you just like provide the service that I'm asking for and cut out all this bullshit? So anyway, so that was just the flat tires. That was Friday to Tuesday is when like flat happened on Friday, Tuesday when it finally got resolved. But then the Kings Island thing, like that was the most expensive free trip to Kings Island I've ever had. Because like we were going for my company, and so like, we had like, free passes for the day, all this kind of stuff, free drinks for the day, that kind of thing, which is nice because they have like drink kiosks that basically I was just walking back and forth getting Powerade for me and my family the whole day. But so like, since like, our one car had a flat tire, our other car doesn't have AC, and I kind of didn't know how long we would be there, and I kind of felt uncomfortable asking anybody else for a ride because I didn't want to like tie them down into the stuff that I didn't even know how we were going to be doing it. So I decided to rent a car for the day, and we went to Enterprise. So I went to Enterprise like within the last half hour of their day on Friday, to just make a registration. And dude, first off, like, their costs have doubled in a year. It's because like I've rented from them before. Like I have 2 different rentals over the last 5 years, and it was around like $50 per day, and like they were charging me for the one day was over $8. And it's like, dude, what the I don't get that at all, but fine. like, you know, like I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. I need a car and with AC, so okay, I guess I gotta pay that. You know, so I make that registration. I go to pick it up the next day. The guy's signing me out, and you know, the price that was already double from what I normally would have paid like before was double that because of a bunch of BS from this salesman. Because for one, they were charging me for 2 days because I was picking it up at 9:30 on Saturday and they didn't open until 10 the next day. So they were charging me an extra day because their store opened a half hour later, so it would be over 24 hours, which was BS right there. And then the guy was standing there saying, like, you know, if you don't want to refuel it, you can bring it back and we'll fuel it up at like $2.78 a gallon or something like that. It's like, oh, that sounds convenient, I guess. I didn't know you guys did that. But then like they were adding on like for a full, like he only told me the per gallon price, but he was charging me for a full tank of gas. But he didn't tell me that. And it's like, don't lie to me. Like don't put some stupid manipulative salesman twist to this stuff. Like, I even told him, like, he knew all I was using this for was to going to Kings Island and coming back home. Like, that's not even going to use a quarter tank of gas for whatever is in this car that I'm going to get. So, like, don't BS me like that. And, you know, sorry. So, let me cool down a little bit. So obviously, like, I was telling the salesman no to all this stuff that they were charging me, and he did end up fixing the extra day charge, which was good. And then, you know, he did eventually take off the gas thing because he was trying to trying to really push me like this would be a convenient thing. I was just like, no, like I'm maybe using a quarter tank of gas. I'm not paying for a full tank of gas. No, like that's no. And I mean, like, your prices are already ridiculous for just a day use of this car. So no. But so yeah, so that was that BS there. And then at Kings Island, they've gone cashless there, which on its own is fine, but I could not believe the fees for any of your card transactions. It was crazy. So all the attractions that they had inside that cost money, like you had to use like either a game card or a food card or something like that, like you so that it wasn't like cash. But in order to like put money on those cards, you had to pay a fee on to put cash from my card onto this game card. Costs a $3 fee to do. And it's like, what are you talking about? Like, this is insane. Like, if you're making your park cashless and I don't have a choice but to use my card, don't then turn around and like put all these fees on people. Like, how is that even remotely fair? Like, that just, like, it was definitely not, because I mean, obviously it's just $3 or whatever, but like, it's just like, it was just this grimy, crooked feel that I already had with Enterprise earlier today, and now I'm having to deal with it at Kings Island. It's like, this whole thing is bent. Like, I was not happy about it at all. So yeah, so that was a bunch of crap. So, because like, honestly, like, sales and customer service, I don't think is really that hard if you're just honest. Because, like, I know I didn't have the same scale as, like, a rental company or an amusement park, but, like I worked at Burger King for a number of years, and I was very slow at sandwich making, so they usually put me up front because I was really good with people and customer service. And, like, you know, the company would like put out these little scripts next to the cash register of like things you were supposed to say, like if they asked for a sandwich, oh, would you like to add cheese with that, because that costs extra money, and like all this other crap. Like there was this script you were supposed to follow to basically like just maximize the amount of money you're squeezing out of these people. And it's so just grimy and crooked, and it's like people don't want to be treated like that. And if you treat them like people aren't dumb either. Like, they know when you're doing that to them. So just don't do it. And I like, honestly, like, I never did. Like, I never followed those scripts. I never did any of that kind of BS. I just like I would ask for like a cheese offer thing, whatever, on a sandwich once to gauge whether that's something that they wanted. And if they say no the first time, I was not going to ask again. Like, I was not going to bother them with it. They're just here to get their food, and that's perfectly fine. I'm going to give them whatever. And like, honestly, like with the enterprise guy thing, it's like, it's not that I was mad that the miscalculations happened within the computer. It's just, how could you as the salesman not see that that's wrong and fix it first? Because again, when I was at Burger King, like, if people were ordering stuff that could be combined into like a combo meal that would cost them less money and that kind of stuff, like, I would just do that for them. Like if they're asking for a sandwich, a fry, and a drink, and they're asking for them separately, like, you could pay for those separately and pay more money, or you could combine them in a meal. And I would just do that stuff for them because I, being the employee and knowing what I'm looking at, could see that that was wrong and it could be changed. So I just did that. And I mean, like, honestly, it's just, again, people don't want to feel like they're being lied to, manipulated, or BS'd. And if you don't do that to them, surprise, surprise, you actually get a good customer base. Because, like, I had a pretty fixed Sunday group of people that came in on Sundays. Like, they were just kind of coming after church or something like that. I knew what they wanted. They knew who I was. They knew who, like, most of the crew was. And because we didn't BS them and we treated them good and treated them right, they were happy to be there and to spend whatever money they wanted on their breakfast and that kind of stuff. It's just, yeah, I want more people to be like that instead of being these just crooked, just money milking machines. And it's stupid. It's I don't like it, obviously. So, but anyway, so I'm at the gym here. I'm going to go work out and get some of this angst out of me. And hopefully I can catch you with some happier stories next week. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.